Hi, I'm Rashmi from Just Tutors, and today we are going to learn about cell structure and functions. In this lesson we have two objectives to discuss. The first is cell structure and the second is comparison of a plant and animal cell. Before doing these two objectives, we have a pre-assessment here, and if you complete these questions before going through the video, you would have a good understanding about rest of the part. You can check your answers by giving the answers in the right hand side of the sentences. Question 2 needs some explanation, so you can write it down on your notebook while answering the question. Moving further, and the first thing we have to discuss is cell structure. You have learned and studied about cell shape and sizes in our previous videos. Here we have a brief discussion of cell structure. It's like cell is the basic structural unit of life, and the unit smaller than cell is not alive. So it's like the smallest unit. These cells altogether form tissues which in turn complete the formation of an organ. These cells are also made up of small pieces such as membrane and nucleus. We will have a good discussion about membrane on the further slide. Moving ahead, and you can see the structure of a cell in the right hand side, and the three main components of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Nucleus reside in the center of the cell, and the cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane, constitute of cytoplasm, and nucleus enclosed within its perimeter. So cell membrane, having another name as plasma membrane, and cytoplasm and nucleus are found within its perimeter. It means inside the cell. Structure of cell membrane is porous and it permits the movement of material from inside to outside and vice versa. Here we have three main components of a cell given in the diagram below. Have a look. On this slide we have given an analogy of onion to the cell. So onion peel is observed under microscope. Below is the image. Will come in picture. Now you can see the dense rounded area in the center. It is known as nucleus. The rest of the part other than the nucleus is cytoplasm. It looks like jelly substance, and again the wall of the onion cell is considered as cell membrane, and the thick wall surrounding the cell membrane is termed as cell wall. Proceed further, and this slide talks about the cytoplasm that present in between nucleus and cell membrane. Here in the picture you can see it is made up of jelly-like substance. There are other different components present in cytoplasm. It's also known as organelles. Some of the components of cell present in cytoplasm are mitochondria, that's really important, Golgi bodies and ribosomes. This slide talks about nucleus which present in the center of a cell. Here we have a picture of a nucleus with different parts. So there's a really important part of a cell, and it's reside inside the cell membrane. The layer which separates nucleus from cytoplasm is known as nuclear membrane. The layer is porous in nature. It permits the flow of material from inside to outside and vice versa. Inside a nucleus there is another spherical shaped body which is known as nucleus. So inside the nucleus there is another component reside which termed as nucleus. Proceeding further, some more thing about nucleus, that inside the nucleus a thread-like structure is found which is known as chromosome. These chromosome contains genes which is responsible to carry over the character from parents to offspring. So this component is very much important in terms of the characters. The total part of cytoplasm and nucleus is known as protoplasm, and it is also called living substance of a cell. Now the next thing is also about nucleus, and on the basis of nuclear membrane the cell can be divided into two parts. The first kind of cell is prokaryotic cell and the next type is eukaryotic. In the prokaryotic, the cell where the nuclear membrane is absent, it is prokaryotic. So pay attention that in prokaryotic cell there is no nuclear membrane, and the organism having these kind of cells are called prokaryotic cells. On the opposite of prokaryotic, we have eukaryotic cell where the nuclear membrane is present, is known as eukaryotic cell. And these kind of cells are known as eukaryotic cell. Proceeding further, and we have a Venn diagram and that talks about the comparison between animal and cell. So in the right hand side or in the green circle we talks about the plant cell, and here in the right hand side we talks about the animal cell, and the things present in both of them are given in the center here. So give a proper attention while going through this diagram so you would have a proper differences in between a plant and animal cell. After examine this diagram here, you can switch to the next slide, and which has some practice questions. Make sure you complete all the 6 questions here in this lesson, and after finishing this lesson you would have a really good idea about cell and the different parts and their functions. If you face any difficulty while doing these questions, you can get back to the video and you can plug your learning gaps, and then you can complete your questions correctly. Thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.